everyone. Welcome to Tiffany's Tips. I am here with Nicole Davis. She is amazing. I have watched her journey. She has worked in entertainment. She has worked in events. She has been such a mentor to me. We're here to give you a little information. I hope that this helps our community. Welcome to Tiffany's Tips, Nicole.
Good morning, Tiffany. Thank you for having me.
Now, would you tell us a little bit about yourself and your position at the Center for Food Action?
Sure. So I am the executive director at the Center for Food Action, Northern New Jersey's largest full-time pantry distribution system.
So needed in times like these. We thank you for your service and your team. I met some of her team. They're so kind. Nicole, could you give us a little history about the Center for Food Action, please?
Absolutely. So Center for Food Action is 49 years old.
Wow.
And we were founded on a grant from Harry Chapin and Bill Ayers. So for those that are a little older or music buffs, you'll know Harry Chapin because he sang the song Cats in the Cradle, Silver Spoon, Little Boy Blue and the Man in the Moon. So Harry Chapin and Bill Ayers were doing an event in New York called World Hunger.
Okay.
And they quickly discovered that there was hunger in New York and New Jersey. So they pivoted way back then and they had some grant money. They had their big concert and they had some grant money. And there were some founders of Center for Food Action who got the grant money. And we started in Fairlawn in the Church of the Radburn 49 years ago.
Now, you are located in New York and New Jersey?
No, so we are only in New Jersey, in Bergen County and parts of Passaic County. So we have outlets in Englewood, Hackensack, Saddlebrook, Mahwah, Ringwood, and we supply food for the pantry on the campus of Bergen Community College,
where I currently am getting ready to graduate in a month. A food pantry on site. So that is just a blessing. And I know that a lot of our students use it.
Correct.
Yeah. Nicole, would you please tell us about the number of people you serve on a weekly or monthly basis?
Sure. So monthly, we serve upwards of 4,000 families in Northern New Jersey. Families are allowed to come every 3 weeks to pick up food to supplement the food that they have in their home. We're really moving towards making sure that the food is nourishing because your traditional pantry hands you a box of cans.
Absolutely.
And we know that for people with comorbidities such as high blood pressure, diabetes, even kids with ADHD, canned food is not the most healthiest. So we've made a move towards fresh produce.
And I see that on your website.
Yes.
I see that on your website.
Yes.
You have a lot of fresh foods. And as I walked through the pantry, I did notice that downstairs.
Absolutely. Yes. So we've moved towards fresh foods, lean meats, and we're just trying to help people feel better because it's hard to come to the pantry, right?
It is.
Pride goeth before the fall. And people that are coming, we want to be kind, we want to be empathetic, we want to be understanding because most people are 2 paychecks away from a catastrophe. Right? So I know, we live in Bergen County and, it's all Range Rover, loped out, sexy. But a lot of people are here working 2 and 3 jobs, just trying to be able to afford their rent.
You have to be able to multitask in times like these. And I say that all the time. And, the younger generation, we have to work 2 and 3 jobs just to pay any type of rent in Bergen County or own a home or pay taxes. So this is just the ministry that the Center for Food Action offers. Now, I do have a question because you talk about pride. And I know that you may have a single person who is like, no, let the families eat. Can you speak to that, please?
Absolutely. So we say families and individuals because not everybody is a family unit and family units look different. So for our seniors, for our veterans, and even for a young mother with a child. So you don't have to come in, six family members deep to get service. So we are very sure and clear that families, even if you're single, you're still a family. So families and individuals can come and receive food.
Now, this is an amazing ministry. I call it ministry, service to the community. Can you tell me a little more about your mission?
Sure. So the mission for Center for Food Action is to help people that are facing food insecurity and people that are also trying to remain housed. So we do homelessness prevention with people who may have fallen on hard times, fallen behind on their rent. And we try and help them. And we also work with the utility companies and the water companies to keep people plugged in. Now, there is criteria. So not everybody that comes qualifies. Part of the qualifying factor is that you can be sustainable after we help you. So we have a team of advocates that take the information and process the applications and put it in that space. So let me talk a little bit about Center for Food Action as a nonprofit. We are not bound by any religious organizations, but we do receive support from the interfaith community. So people of all faith walks donate to our organization, be they Jewish, be they Christian, be they Muslim, they donate to our organization. And conversely so, we also have relationships with local government because we do receive government funding and we have to be in compliance. So there are things that happen here. There's a lot of compliance that happens so that we can move forward and serve the people.
How can people respond to the need? How can they donate?
So you can donate to the need in a number of different ways, right? So you can donate your time as a volunteer. You can register on our volunteer portal. They'll call you and plug you in. So you may be in Saddlebrook packing boxes. You may be at one of our sites shelving groceries. Just a myriad of things. So we have 30 staff. And then we have about 150 people that volunteer on a regular basis. So it is a collaborative effort to keep the wheels turning here at Center for Food Action.
Nicole, and those who serve, again, I cannot thank you enough, especially for what's going on in America right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Who can come to the Center for Food Action? What is the process?
Very easy. You can go online and call the number 201-569-1804, and you'll hear the prompts with sites that are near you. So if you live in the Englewood area, or if you live in the Mahwah area, if you live out Lodi, Garfield, you would go to Saddlebrook. So you'll listen to the prompts and you'll call, you'll leave a message, and our advocates will call you back, and they do a brief screening. So we do have to screen just to make sure that we have all the contact information and just some basics about why you may be in need. And then we set you up with an appointment, or we set you up with an advocate if housing or utilities is your issue. And then we move forward like that. So, we're pretty nimble. It has been very much oppressed with the government and the SNAP shutdown. We had to, in a word, mount up because people were coming in a very rapid fashion once they realized that they weren't going to get their SNAP benefits.
Of course.
So we were able to meet the need, and kind-hearted people made cash donations, credit card donations, because our buying power lives in a wholesale space. So we don't necessarily, we do depend on retailers, but we buy wholesale. So we can buy more than you can buy. And so our great staff at Saddlebrook, they're there with the forklifts and the pallets of food and all of that, got everything together so that we could have enough food for the residents of Bergen and some parts of Passaic County. We call it Upper Passaic County, like Wanacue, Ringwood, West Milford. So that's how we put it together. To make a difference.
I saw at the Mahwah location, they can actually kind of shop.
Yes, so Mahwah is our first choice pantry. So it resembles a grocery store, a larger size bodega, and guest, we call the people who come here, we call them guests, right? So guests or neighbors can come in and they can pull the items that they need. We're looking at our other locations, but size is an issue. But, again, we're trying to move people towards fresh. We're trying to move people towards, almond milk versus regular milk versus soy milk. So we're trying to move in that direction so that we can really create healthy situations so that people can be able to propel themselves up or boost themselves up. Because the goal is for this to be a temporary moment in time in everyone's life, because we want people to be whole.
Absolutely.
Right? So if you have to come here for a year while you're job hunting, while someone in your household is sick, we have a lot of people who were 2-income households, and then someone gets sick, and then somebody goes on family medical leave, and just a myriad of things, and they're trying to get back up on their feet. They can do that. And even for our seniors who rely on us now that they've worked all their lives, and the cost of living is outpacing their savings, we're here for them continually.
Reach out to a senior, see if they need a ride, make sure they're okay. The tools, the food, the need is being met here. So let's help our community. Nicole, I want to thank you so much. God had placed this in my heart to definitely do for the holiday season. So I want to thank you so much for being on Tiffany's Tips. You're not just a mentor, sister to me, but you're such a blessing to the entire community. Thank you for being a guest, and may you and your staff be blessed during this season.
Thank you so much for having us. And you can find us at www.cfanj.org. Tiffany, thank you for the work that you do with Tiffany's Tips. And everybody have a nice holiday season to the best of all of our ability.
Now, you know what I always say. We stay loving Jesus and remember to live on purpose. Stay positive. Take care.